Hello Internet, my name AllenLee, your name not AllenLee, but hey, we can still be friends on Facebook, just don't post on my wall. Welcome to the show. You're now watching the #1 show on YouTube. When I say #1, I'm not actually referring to the most liked, most viewed show, referring more to the fact that this is the #1 show as in my first time ever posting anything on YouTube. Yes, I've actually joined the club now. Wow. But that actually means you're popping my proverbial YouTube cherry by watching this. I hope you enjoy it. Call me. You're probably asking yourself, Alan, what is this new G2G show thing? This show will be a 35-minute show where I hop on here telling you about the things I kind of feel matter to the news. Prepping you to be good to go. See what I did there? GTG, good to go. Wink. To the news. A couple in Israel is making the news by naming their child Like in honor of the like button from Facebook. Because I can't find that dumb unlike button. I mean, naming your child Like. Wow. I guess that is a step up because the previous two children they have, they named Honey and Pie. So I guess they are stepping out of the whole food naming thing. When asked if Like would like, the father replied, I hope so. And then continued on to say, but she did drop me from Facebook. To China! Probably going to get sued for that. The Chinese have now figured out a new way to take us out. Aside from buying $900 billion in US debt, toxic flavored milk, cynic soy sauce, and something in pork. I really don't even know what that thing was. I mean, it looked like meat, but it wasn't meat, but it was meat. I mean, all I ordered was the combination fried rice. I don't know what the hell they gave me. Anyways, the new weapon of choice for China is exploding watermelons. Fields of watermelons throughout China are exploding after farmers sprayed the watermelons with a new growth accelerant called Foriflorin. Forchlorphenirum has been used in China since the early 80s, but now actually never used on a watermelon. You can kind of see why. And they explode, use the chemical. That's just crazy. The craziest part about the story is that researchers that Forchlorphenirum is most probably safe. What? Yeah. The Motherland, a video game company in Russia called Progress Star, has made a new game using Vladimir Putin as their main character. For those of you who do not know, Vladimir Putin is the Prime Minister of Russia. After spending 2 terms as president, he was then re-elected into Prime Minister. A lot of people actually do say Vladimir Putin is still the actual man. He's the #1. Technically he's #2, but they still say that he's running the country. Putin is the Daniel Craig of Russia. I mean, this dude is fucking badass. From shooting, he goes and hunts whales with crossbows, and then when the country's on fire, he hops in a helo and he helps put the fire out. The developers of the game called Voynushka, which actually translates into shoot 'em up. Which actually was a really great movie. Clyde, the fucking carrot through the face. Ugh. Developers said that they did a poll, a survey of Russian youths, and the majority of people actually picked Vladimir Putin as the #1 man. They loved him. They loved his political goals, his political, what he does. He's fixed the economy. He's increased export. Russia is having a good time at the moment. Putin's voluptuous sister in the game may look familiar to you. Actually rendered off of Ana Chapman, who, if you recall, was a Russian nationalist arrested and subsequently deported last year in New York in connection with a espionage ring. Something about a redhead. Wow. And bring it back to the U.S. We're trying to raise the roof. That's the national debt ceiling. As of Monday, the U.S. has hit its $14.2 trillion national debt ceiling. For those of you who do not know, is the most amount of money the U.S. can currently owe. Democrats are now trying to get a vote through Congress to raise the debt ceiling another $2 trillion. But Republicans have essentially found their balls and have said, no, we're not going to raise the trillion. At least we're not going to raise the debt ceiling without heavy cuts. Now, whether they're doing this out of a newfound sense of pride and responsibility, yeah, right. Just because they can use it for its bargaining tools. Oh my god, Alan, what does this mean? That means there's a lot of zeros and trillion. Wow, I just realized that. Best way to look at it is kind of look at it as a credit card. A black credit card, you know, because we are gangsta like that. In essence, that credit card has maxed out. We have hit our limit on that credit card, and instead of trying to pay down that credit card and living within the means of that credit card, we are essentially raising the limit on that credit card and then maxing it out again and again and again and again, 10 times to be exactly since 2001. Why can't we just pay it off? But to pay down this debt would take severe cutting of projects and or rising of taxes. Maybe to not be bombing certain Middle Eastern countries. Yes, I did. I just made that comment to be a comment. At 800 million as of to date and 20 million a day, just kind of saying maybe the money could have been spent somewhere else. A little more useful, you know. But wait, isn't today like Friday? Yes, yesterday was Thursday, and today is
It's
Friday.
Friday.
I get this song stuck in my head. The debt ceiling has been reached. Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner has stepped up to the plate. Geithner and his mad juggling skills can cover the debt until August 2nd, at which time there will be no more money left that he can spend. Federal life funds will start to be effective. Unemployment, financial aid, military and federal workers may get paid late or not even paid at all. What? Now I'm confused. So more than likely what's going to happen out of this is the Republicans and Democrats will get together and make an agreement. Democrats raise the limits, Republicans do not, but say that they will. So more than likely what they will do is they will raise the limits. The Republicans will demand tax cuts, and even the world is in May 21st, we probably just be continued going on. But it's a really interesting thing when you start to think about it. I mean, how much debt can we incur? I mean, other countries in the past have forfeited and collapsed almost to the point. I mean, Argentina still happened to them. They incurred so much debt that the company just collapsed. What do you think? I mean, should the government be able to just raise the debt ceiling like that? Or do you think that we should, suck it up and kind of try to work down this bit? And the other part of that question is, do you think we can actually live that style? The kind of cuts needed to actually pay down that would be kind of harsh. I mean, Social Security is not going to be paid, Medicare is not going to be paid, FAFSA, tuition, military jobs. A lot of that stuff will be cut way down. So I asked you guys, what do you think? Do you think we can even live that way? I'd love to know what you think. I'll have links to the stories we talked about today down below, as well as pictures of the so hot Ana Chapman. Something about a redhead. I just don't know what it is. I'll be posted down below as well. My name is AllenLee, and you are now good to go.